us continue our discussion on this finite state automaton and explore more about this. We know that this accepts the language set of all strings over 0, 1 ending with a 1. Now the fundamental question is, here is one automaton, let me call it as FSM1. Now can we design some other automaton for this? Can we design FSM2, FSM3 for L? The next natural question is, how many different automatons are possible, and can we compare? How do we compare two FSMs? Can we compare two FSMs? Of course, accepting same language, accepting L. Meaning to talk about this automaton is better than this and so on. Some comparative study, if I want to do it, how do we compare? First, let's try constructing another machine accepting same L. Maybe if we see 2-3 automatons of this type accepting same L, we may probably get to see some insights. Let me do the following. Let me start at Q0. This is our start state. So what is the idea? The idea is to have a string over 0, 1 followed by 1. Prefix of this could be any string over 0, 1. It could be string of zeros, or it could be string of ones, or it could be some combination of zeros and ones. So what I do, if I read a 0, I stay over there. If I read a 1, I continue to stay at Q0. So drawing this is equivalent to drawing Q0 0, 1. Okay, so now here is a mission. Let me call this as FSM2. So let me start at Q0 and read 0 as well as 1 for both of them. If I read a 0, I come back to 0. I come back to Q0. If I read a 1, I come back to Q0. There is no change in state. Okay. So this says on reading 0, you come back to Q0. On reading a 1, you come back to this. So what this says is delta of Q0, 0 is Q0. Delta of Q0, 1 is Q0. Okay. Now when I read a 1, what I do, I go to Q1. This, let me call it as final state. So the idea is this. I'll use this state and complete this part of the string. So you are given an arbitrary string ending with a 1, and a prefix of it is a string over 0, 1, which I'll read with the help of just one state, which is Q0. Then on reading this 1, I move to Q1 and I accept. Fine. Now you have to note this. You are at Q0. On reading a 1, there are two possibilities. Either you continue to stay at Q0 or you move to Q1. Okay. But there is one possibility that says you can move to Q1. Okay. So this is something you have to make a note of it. we will investigate this further. So now I am in Q1, I may get some more 1. So I may get some more 1 as part of the input. I will read and continue to stay at Q1. Now we still accept strings ending with a 1, correct? Now you may get a 0 over here. So when we get a 0, what I do, I go to some state, let me call it as Q2. Now while you are at Q2, you may get 0 and you read and come back to Q2 itself, or you may get a 1, you read and come back to this. So that's all my mission is. Now let's run a couple of examples to understand that this mission is indeed accepting L, and so which means strings ending with a 1 is being accepted by this automaton, and strings that are ending with 0 they are rejected by this automaton. Consider a string, say 0 0 1 1 1. Now I start at Q0, I come back to Q0, then again read, come back to Q0, then read this 1, come back to Q0, read this 1, come back to Q0, read this 1, come back to Q0. This is one possibility, but there is one more possibility, that when you read this 1, instead of staying at Q0, you go to Q1, and while you are at Q1, you read these 2, and now at this point in time you are at Q1, therefore you accept the string. So let me repeat, there are 2 possibilities. You start the mission and initially you are at Q0. On reading this 0, you come back to Q0, then read this, you are still at Q0, then read this 1, you are coming back to Q0, again read this Q0, read this Q0. Okay, for the same input, what I do, when I start, I am at Q0, then I read, I continue to stay at Q0, then when I read this 1, I move to Q1, then when I read this 1, I am at Q1, and this. Now for the same string, you have 2 ways of parsing. So 2 ways of parsing X, but one parsing says reject, another one says accept, because when do you accept a string? After scanning through the input completely, if I reach one of the final states, you say accept, otherwise reject. So this says reject and this parsing says accept. So what should the automaton do? So it must accept, because there is at least one parsing. If there exists a parsing of X leading to acceptance, then what you do? FSM accept, which means X belongs to L. So you may find more than one ways, for example, for this it happens to be 2, but in general we may find more than one ways of parsing the input string. If there exists at least one parsing, that starts from the start state and takes you to the final state on exhausting the input, then such a transition sequence of states that takes me from the start state to one of the final states, we take that sequence. With that we conclude that string is part of the language. But if it turns out that every parsing is saying reject, and if that is the case, we reject the string. If there exists at least one parsing leading to acceptance, we say accept. So there are a couple of things to note from this picture. The first one is, when you are here, we know the string is accepted. Why should we give transition on 0 when you are at Q1? Similarly, when you are at Q2, why should we give transition for 0 and 1? So observe the definition carefully. Definition says delta is a transition function from Q cross sigma to Q. Since it is a function, we should define delta of Q1 comma 0 when we say it is Q2. Remember, each entry in Q cross sigma must be well defined, correct? Because it's a function, there should be an image. Now that this becomes a state, we should define Q2 comma 0 and Q2 comma 1. Otherwise, what happens? This one is not a function at all. Since this being a function, each entry in the domain, which is Q cross sigma, must be well defined, which is why we have given transition on 0 in this. Now, what this says is, it is Q cross sigma, which means for each Q in capital Q and for all A belonging to sigma, delta of Q comma A must be defined. So this is something you should make a note. And Q naught on 0 it is defined, on 1 it is defined, Q1 0 is defined, 1 is defined, Q2 0 is defined, 1 is defined. Okay, so that's something you should make a note of it. Then the next thing is the following. Look at Q naught, delta of Q naught comma 1. Delta of Q naught comma 1 is Q naught and Q1. But look at this diagram. If you look at Q naught comma 0, it is Q naught comma 1, it is Q1. So, and over here also look at delta of Q naught comma 0, it is Q naught. In this, if you see, this transition alone is taking me to more than one state. Rest of them exactly one. Q1 comma 0, Q2. Q2 comma 0, Q2. Q2 comma 1, Q2. Q1 comma 1, Q1. Similarly, in this, you look at any description, Q0 comma 0, Q0, Q0 comma 1, Q1, Q1 comma 0, Q0, Q1 comma 1, Q1. If you look at any entry in Q cross sigma, you see that it is mapping to exactly one state. However, if you look at this picture, Q0 comma 1 is mapping to more than one state. So this entry alone you see that it is moving to more than one state, which is why we get to see two different parsing for a given string. Because one parsing says you go to Q naught and from that you proceed with the rest of them, the rest of the string. The other one says you go to Q1 and do this. So now this brings some sort of uncertainty. Okay, so this brings some sort of uncertainty, or formally speaking, this brings something called non-determinism. Whereas if you move to exactly 1, delta of Q naught comma 0 is Q naught, then you bring certainty or determinism. So delta of Q comma input symbol is moving to exactly one state is certain. You know the next move is precisely this. But when you have more than one and we are not sure, it's kind of uncertain whether we should go to Q naught and proceed or Q1 and proceed, which is why you get this. Now you have many states here. Naturally you will have many branches. Each of them will do the parsing accordingly. So this brings some sort of uncertainty or non-determinism into the design. So the automaton doesn't know whether it should go to Q naught and whether moving to Q naught will take the automaton to final state, or moving to Q1 will take the automaton to the final state. So what machine does is it explores all of them. It doesn't know whether to take this branch or this branch. It simply explores all paths. So non-determinism brings explore all paths or all parsing of the input state X. So it explores whether it should take Q naught, Q naught, Q naught, Q naught, or is it like Q naught for a while, then Q1, 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 Q1. So this automaton, since it brings this automaton gets the name non-deterministic finite state machine or non-deterministic finite state automaton. Okay. And in short, we refer this as NFA, non-deterministic finite automaton. This one as determinism, so this is deterministic finite state machine or finite state automaton. In short, we say DFA. Okay, so finite refers to finite number of states, so we drop that, we say DFA or NFA. Now for a given language, it is possible that one can get a deterministic finite automaton as well as a non-deterministic finite automaton, and in terms of acceptance, both are accepting the same string. Okay, the way it is designed and for a given string, the way it parses, that alone is differing because of determinism or non-determinism. Okay, so let's spend some more time on this example and extract some more insights into the design of finite state automaton, and which will help you not only for this example but to discover more about finite state machines. Okay. And such an interesting topic, there is so much to discover. Let's continue our journey.